Hello students, the program is for Bachelor of Science third year botany students, semester 6, course code BOC 110, course title Plant Ecology and Phytogeography, unit title Plant Communities, module name Hydrocere. I am Professor Sound D'Souza, Associate Professor, St. Xavier's College, Mapsa, Goa. The outline of the module, definition and stages of Hydrocere. Learning outcomes, defines the term hydrocere, describes the different stages of hydrocere. Hydrocere, it is a process of succession occurring in the aquatic environment such as pond, starting with colonization of some phytoplanktons which form the pioneer plant community and finally terminates into a forest which is a climax community. Phytoplankton stage constitutes the pioneer community. The simple forms of life like bacteria, green and blue-green algae, and diatoms are the pioneer colonizers of the primitive medium. All these organisms multiply and grow, thus adding a large amount of organic matter and nutrients due to their various life activities. And after their death and decomposition, they settle at the bottom of the pond to form a layer of soft mud. Rooted submerged stage. The phytoplankton stage is followed by submerged plant stage. When a loose layer of mud is formed on the bottom of the pond, due to the death and decomposition of phytoplanktons, the pond tends to be a little shallower and better light penetration occurs, making the environment suitable for the growth of rooted submerged hydrophytes like Allodia, Hydrilla, Myriophyllum, Ranunculus, Utricularia, Chara, Ceratophyllum, and Vallisneria, etc. These plants further build up the substratum, making the pond more shallow, thus giving way to another type of plants to colonize. Rooted floating stage. When the depth of water reaches about 2 to 5 feet, the rooted submerged vegetation starts disappearing from its original place, and then the rooted hydrophytes with large leaves floating on the water surface like Nelumbo, Nymphia, Trepha, Monocoria, etc. make their appearance gradually in that area. Free-floating hydrophytes like Azolla, Lemna, Wolffia, Pistia, Salvinia, etc. also make their presence felt due to the availability of salts and other minerals in abundance. The decomposing organic matter formed due to the death of these plants brings about further build-up of the substratum, thus making the pond more shallow. These changes make the floating hydrophytes gradually disappear from the area. Reed swan stage. When the ponds become too shallow, it becomes less suited to the floating plants and other plants which are well adapted to new environment will then come in. This is also known as amphibious stage because the plants that invade the pond are rooted, but most parts of their shoots remain exposed in the air. Plants like Scirpus, Typha, Sagittaria, etc. make their presence felt. These plants have well-developed rhizomes and form a very dense vegetation. Sledge marsh or meadow stage. Due to the death and decay of the plants of the reed swan stage, more and more silt is added. The filling process finally results in a marshy soil, which may be too dry for the plants of pre-existing community. New species of Cyperaceae and Graminae such as Carex, Juncus, Cyperus, and Alocaris that are well suited to marshy habitats are the first invaders of marshy area. The rate of transpiration increases due to the rapid growth of the above-mentioned plants. A much rapid loss of water occurs, and sooner or later, the mud gets exposed to air, as a result of which nutrients like sulfates, ammonia, etc. become oxidized to nitrates and sulfates. Subsequently, a dry habitat results, which is totally unfit for the existing vegetation. Woodland stage. By the time of disappearance of marshy vegetation, soil becomes drier for the most time of the year. Gradually, terrestrial plants, mostly shrubs like salix and cornus, and trees like populus and amylus, invade the place. Accumulation of humus with rich flora of microorganisms takes place. Thus, mineralization of soil favors the arrival of new tree species in the area. Climax or forest stage. After a very long time, the hydrosphere may lead to the development of a climax vegetation with rapid invasion by several trees. In tropical climates, due to heavy rains, tropical rainforests are formed, while in temperate regions, mixed forests of Almus, Isser, and Quercus is formed. In moderate rainfall, tropical deciduous or monsoon forests are formed. In hydrosphere, stage 1 is the pioneer community stage. Stages 2 to 6 are seral communities or seral stages. Stage 7 is the climax stage. The references. Thank you.